Good morning, everyone. Today I want to talk about something simple yet powerful: one life, one change. Each of us is given one life, not two, not three, just one. And within this one life, there lies the power to make a single change that can redefine everything. Sometimes that change is small: a decision to wake up earlier, to forgive someone, to take a risk, or to believe in yourself when no one else does. But that one change can start a chain reaction that transforms your entire future. Think about it. Every great story begins with a turning point, one moment when someone decided that enough was enough and it was time to do something different. Nelson Mandela chose forgiveness instead of revenge, one change. Malala Yousafzai chose to speak instead of staying silent, one change. Steve Jobs decided to think differently, one change. We often wait for the perfect time to change, but the truth is, there is no perfect time. There is only now, because life doesn't wait and opportunities don't knock forever. The question isn't can you change, it's will you. You may not be able to change your past, but you can always change your direction. You can always choose to rise, to learn, to start again. Remember, one change doesn't have to change the world, it just has to change your world. So, as you leave here today, ask yourself, what is the one change I can make right now that will move me closer to the life I dream of? Because one life is all we have, and one change is all it takes to make it count. Life is the most precious gift we have, yet it's also the one thing we often take for granted. We live as if we have endless tomorrows, postponing dreams, delaying forgiveness, and waiting for the right moment to begin. But the truth is, we only get one chance at this journey, one opportunity to make our time meaningful. Every sunrise we see, every breath we take, is a reminder that we are alive for a purpose. When we truly understand that life is not infinite, we begin to value it differently. We stop wasting time on regrets and start focusing on what really matters: growth, relationships, kindness, and the pursuit of what sets our soul on fire. Realizing that we have only one life should not fill us with fear, but with motivation. It pushes us to live intentionally, to be present, to take risks, to express love freely, and to leave behind something worth remembering. Each moment, whether joyful or painful, adds meaning to our story. The seconds ticking by are not just passing time, they are pieces of our one and only lifetime. And it's up to us to decide how we fill them: with purpose or with hesitation, with courage or with doubt. Once we understand that we can't live this life twice, every decision, every experience, and every opportunity becomes more valuable than ever. Change doesn't always begin with something grand or dramatic. Often, it starts with something small, almost unnoticeable. A shift in mindset, a new habit, a single step in a new direction. Yet that one small change can set off a chain of events that reshapes your entire life. Think about how powerful a single decision can be. Choosing to wake up an hour earlier to learn something new. Deciding to face a fear instead of running from it. Making the choice to be kind when it's easier to be angry. Each of these actions may seem insignificant in the moment, but over time they build momentum. They influence how you think, how you act, and ultimately who you become. Change doesn't require perfection. It requires consistency and courage. One drop of water doesn't fill a river, but countless drops together carve valleys through mountains. In the same way, every small act of improvement, every positive choice, adds up and shapes the course of your future. Sometimes we wait for life to transform on its own, forgetting that it's often our smallest decisions that hold the greatest power. The moment you decide to make that one change, to grow, to believe, to take action, you start a ripple that expands far beyond what you can see. Throughout history, the people who changed the world were not necessarily the strongest, the richest, or the most educated, they were the ones who made one courageous choice that defined their path. Each of them faced a moment of decision, a point in their lives when they could have chosen comfort and safety, but instead they chose conviction and purpose. Nelson Mandela chose forgiveness over bitterness after years of imprisonment. That single choice did not just change his life, it changed the course of an entire nation. Malala Yousafzai chose to raise her voice for education when silence would have kept her safe. Her bravery inspired millions of girls around the world to fight for their right to learn. Steve Jobs decided to think differently, and from that one mindset, technology and creativity were redefined for generations. What connects these people is not luck or fame, but the fact that they each made one decision that aligned with their values and vision. Their choices remind us that one act of courage can spark movements, shape history, and ignite hope in others. Each of us faces our own defining moments, times when we must choose between what's easy and what's right, between staying the same or daring to change. We may not all become world leaders or global icons, but like them, our one decision can still touch lives, inspire others, and create waves of positive change. One of the biggest reasons people never reach their full potential is because they keep waiting for the right day, the right mood, the right opportunity, or the right circumstances. But the truth is, there is no perfect time. Life will never pause and say, now everything is in place, you can start. There will always be challenges, distractions, and uncertainties. If you wait for perfection, you'll be waiting forever. Every great journey begins in the middle of uncertainty. The people who succeed are not those who had everything figured out, but those who decided to take the first step despite their fears. Change begins the moment you choose to act, not when everything feels comfortable. The right time is not a date on the calendar, it's the moment you decide you've had enough of standing still. When you start now, you may stumble, you may make mistakes, but you also begin to grow. Each step forward, no matter how small, moves you closer to your vision. The act of beginning creates its own momentum, and that momentum becomes power. Waiting for the perfect moment only wastes the moments you already have, moments that could have been used to build, to learn, and to transform. So stop waiting for life to give you permission. Stop waiting for the stars to align. The power to change doesn't lie in the future, it lies in this very moment. The best time to start was yesterday, the next best time is right now. Every person carries memories of mistakes, regrets, or moments they wish they could erase. It's part of being human, but no matter how much we think about the past, no amount of worry or guilt can rewrite it. The past is fixed, what's done is done. Yet, the future is still unwritten, and that is where our power lies. You cannot change what has already happened, but you can always decide what happens next. Too often, people let their past define them. They hold on to failure as if it's a life sentence, not realizing that failure is just a lesson in disguise. What truly matters is not where you've been, but where you choose to go from here. Every sunrise brings a new chance to turn the page and write a new chapter of your story. Changing direction doesn't mean forgetting your past, it means learning from it. It means using your pain as motivation, your mistakes as wisdom, and your setbacks as fuel. The same road that led you to a dead end can also lead you to a new beginning if you decide to take a different turn. Life is not about being perfect, it's about evolving. The moment you stop letting your past control your future, you regain your freedom. You become the author again, able to steer your story wherever your heart wants it to go. And sometimes that single decision to change your direction becomes the one change that gives your one life new meaning. When people think about change, they often imagine something big, a revolution, a movement, or a breakthrough that touches millions. But real change doesn't always happen on a global stage. Sometimes it begins quietly within the walls of your own heart. The truth is, you don't have to change the entire world to make your life meaningful. You just have to change your world, your habits, your mindset, your daily choices, your attitude. Every personal transformation sends out ripples that extend beyond yourself. When you choose to be more patient, kinder, or more determined, it influences the people around you, your family, your friends, your community. One person's light can inspire another to shine. A small act of self-improvement can create an invisible chain of hope, encouragement, and strength that reaches further than you'll ever know. Too many people underestimate the value of inner growth because it doesn't come with applause or headlines. But the quiet victories, the moment you overcome doubt, break a bad habit, or choose positivity over negativity, are the ones that truly shape your character. That's the kind of change that lasts. Changing your own world is not selfish, it's necessary. You cannot pour into others if your own cup is empty. When you improve yourself, you elevate everyone around you. And when you make peace within, you begin to spread peace outward. One change, even a deeply personal one, can begin a cycle of transformation that touches lives in ways you may never even see. Growth never happens by accident, it happens through intention. Each day offers a new opportunity to become just a little better than you were yesterday. But for that to happen, you must be willing to challenge yourself. Comfort may feel safe, but it never leads to progress. True transformation begins the moment you decide to step beyond what is easy and move toward what is meaningful. Ask yourself each morning, what is one thing I can change today that will move me closer to the person I want to become? It doesn't have to be something dramatic. Maybe it's choosing to speak kindly instead of criticizing, to work on your dream for just one more hour, to let go of one fear, or to simply believe in yourself when doubt tries to take over. Small daily challenges lead to lasting growth. Every day is a fresh page, and every action you take writes a line in your life story. If you commit to just one positive change each day, you'll look back and realize that those small, steady efforts have built a completely new version of you, stronger, wiser, and more fulfilled. Challenging yourself is not about competing with others. It's about honoring your own potential. The best version of you is not found in a single leap, but in countless small steps taken with courage and consistency. Change begins today, in this moment, with one simple decision: to grow, to rise, and to keep moving forward, no matter how slow the pace may seem. At the end of the day, life is not measured by how long we live, but by how deeply we live, by the courage we show, the choices we make, and the change we create within ourselves and in others. We each have only one life, and within it lies the opportunity for one change that can redefine everything. Don't wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow is never promised. Don't fear failure, because failure is only proof that you're trying. What matters most is that you dare to take that step, that you choose growth over comfort, faith over fear, and action over hesitation. One life, one chance, one change. That's all it takes to begin rewriting your story and becoming the person you were meant to be. So go out there, embrace your moment, and make your one life the masterpiece it deserves to be. Thank you.